Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a player port update, and I also wanted to kind of give you a small mini guide on what I'm going to be doing, like some things I know that you might want to know, I guess. So I'm going to give you some little tips and things, I guess. Just going to show you my port. So here we go. So the first thing you can see is my resources. So I have around 40k chimes. So I never seem to run out of chimes. Really cool. Um, I thought in the beginning that I would start running out of chimes, but luckily the rewards you get for voyages, you pretty much get chimes all the time. So it's pretty hard to run out. Even when you spend as much as you can, you pretty much won't run out. So things like the icons, I mean, they can be upgraded as much as you want. So these ones here, you can upgrade them as much as you want. And if you didn't know, you can choose what adventurers come to you. Well, not you can't choose, but you can increase the chance of them coming to you. So what I've done is I've combined the occultist. The occultist gives you chi trade goods, which is something that I really want because I want to make the sea singer robes as soon as possible because I use magic a lot for tanking in Calfight King. So I want to get the sea singer. Like for example the robe top, I want to get that as soon as possible. So I want to get as much chi as possible. So basically what I do is my icon hotspot 3 is an occultist. My icon hotspot 2 is also an occultist. And my icon hotspot 1 is not an occultist. It's a missionary. And the reason for this is because the occultist and the missionary, they sometimes do joint voyages. And basically what this means is that when they do a joint voyage, they give you double the trade goods. This is very important in the Pincer region because you get quite a lot of resources. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I imagine it's you get 4 of the trade good, and if you have a joint voyage, you get 8 of the trade good. So it's very important that you try and get the joint voyage, and the best way to do this is to upgrade 2 of your icon hotspots to whatever the resource that you want, and also you want to get 1 icon hotspot to be for the joint voyage, so you try and attract that adventurer as well. So yeah, so anyway, that's enough about that. If you want to know the other ones, there is a list on the RuneScape wiki which tells you some of the joint voyage, who works together, and what resources they give. So if you want to find out, just look on the RuneScape wiki. So it's a very good resource, except, I mean, it's okay. It's not the best, but some information is incorrect, so just be careful. Anyway, so for this region, oh right, I didn't tell you. I've unlocked the Pincer region. I got here a couple of days ago. It's pretty cool. But unfortunately, everything is much more expensive. Like in the previous region, I thought everything that was jade was extremely expensive. But now this is pretty much 3 times more expensive in the new region, the Pincer region. So yeah, and the resources that you get is not that great either. But this is the same as the last region. In the beginning, you only got 120 jade. Now you only get 140 stainless steel. Now, what I've gathered from this is there is a trend here. In the jade region or the bowl region, you got 120 jade in the beginning. Now in this region, you get 140 stainless steel. Now for special voyages, in the jade region, you got 600 jade. In this region, you get 700 stainless steel. Now this increases around 15 to 20%. This goes the same for the distance traveled. In the previous region, if you look on, I made a video earlier. If you look on this, you can see the 120 jade mission gives you 1920 distance, whereas the stainless steel 140 mission gives you 2400 distance. So again, the distance is increased by around 20%. So yes, there is a trend. The resources seem to be going up by around 20% from the bowl region to the pincer region, and this goes for the distance as well. So yeah. Um, Other things that you might want to know is that in the bowl region, the speed you needed for a standard voyage was 2.3 k, 2,300 speed, in order to get a 25% duration boost. Well, in this region, you need 2.9 k speed in order to get the 25% boost. So it's very important that you try and get the speed as best as possible. Otherwise, you're going to be spending an extra couple of hours just doing that voyage. So basically, my tactic for this region is to get a rudder as quickly as possible. Now, the rudder in this region gives you a massive boost. It's pretty much the best upgrade, in my opinion, for this region. It does cost quite a lot. It costs 2,000 stainless steel, and currently I have around 800 stainless steel. So I've still got like a day to collect stainless steel in order to get that upgrade. But the rudder itself, it gives a massive boost compared to the old one. In the bowl region, you've got a rudder for 1,200 speed, which is really good. But in the pincer region, you can get a rudder that gives you 1,800 speed, which is a 600 speed increase. It's pretty much the best upgrade in my opinion, and I'm definitely going to get that because that is pretty much the difference between a couple of doing an 800, because the minimum amount of duration the standard voyages take is 8 hours and 40 minutes. So if you don't have these 2,900 speed, you could be spending something like 10 hours doing a voyage that should take 8 hours and 40 minutes. So it's very important that you try and get a rudder to get that speed boost. Now it's very fortunate because the voyages for the bowl region, I think they took, wait, what was it? It was like 7 hours, I think. The minimum amount of time the standard voyages in the bowl region was around 7 hours. Now in this region, that is 8 hours and 40 minutes. So it's actually only a 1 hour and 40 minute increase for the minimum amount of time. So this is very fortunate because many people like me thought that the pincer region would double in the amount of time. So for example, in the previous region it took 7 hours for the minimum amount of time. We thought it would take 14 hours, but luckily this did not happen. So it's I'm very happy about this because doing like a 14-hour voyage is a ridiculous amount of time in my opinion. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. I'll talk about something else. Okay, so I've still decided not to upgrade most of my buildings simply because I do not think they're worth it. I will say that the icon hotspots are well worth it in my opinion because you can pretty much choose what adventurers come to your port. It does actually work. I have had a lot of the same people coming to my port, so yeah. Anyway, so then the totem hotspots. So the ones that I'm going to be getting is the trade goods one. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I've heard that it doesn't give that much benefit. I've heard it gives like a 1% increase, which is like nothing. But I mean, there's no way people can know that because I mean, how can people know that? There's no figures, and well, I don't know. I guess people are just basing it on the resources reward. As some of you might know, this guy called Work16, he was like one of the first people to get to the Pincer region, and he upgraded the cherry tree. And basically what this does is it gives you an increased amount of resources received from a mission, and this increase was 1% according to what he said. So people are just basing the trade goods received on that, maybe. I don't know, it's possible. But yeah, so if it is 1%, then it's pretty much useless. But I still see it better than everything else. Now, having an increase in the chance of receiving a scroll, I see that as quite a good thing, but at the same time, I do not have the trade goods to reinforce the need for a scroll mission. For a scroll mission. If I had too many trade goods, then yeah, I would want a increase in the amount of scroll missions I could receive. But currently, I don't have enough trade goods to really dignify needing more scroll missions, so I'm not going to be doing that. Now, what else can I say? Okay, so for the crew in this new region, they cost a lot. In comparison to the old region, the standard crew members, they cost 2,200 jade. Sorry. In this region, they cost 600 stainless steel, which is 3 times more expensive. So this is very unusual because it's very expensive for an upgrade. Now it is kind of in line with all the other upgrades that you can get in the port. Like for example, you can upgrade your resources received by 5% for stainless steel, and that costs 10,000 stainless steel. Now this is in comparison to the old for the Jade region. It cost only 4,000. I mean, it's very expensive, but at the same time, in comparison, it's like 3 times more. Well, 2.5 times more. But yeah, so the crew are very expensive, but it is in line with the other port upgrades, such as the building upgrades and also the ship upgrades. Now, I am going to get the rudder first. That is the first thing I'm going to get. If you want to know what my strategy is going to be for this region, it's probably going to be to buy the crew after my rudder, and then I will upgrade. It's going to be a long time before I get all my crew, because I pretty much want to get a full set of new crew so I can upgrade them, level them up and stuff. And for that reason, I actually saved up some of my effects. So I saved my Lotus Tint spectacles to get the crew XP boost, to level up my crew as much as possible. Now I'm going to use this when I get enough crew, enough of the new crew to fill an entire boat, so I can use these to get the maximum amount of XP so I can level them up as quickly as possible. Now unfortunately, the recorder just decided to die at this point. I don't know why. It just sometimes it just messes up. So I don't know what happened, but sorry about that, guys. I think I was talking a little bit about the effects. So I just finished that off, and then I end the video there. So I can't really remember exactly what I was saying. So yeah. Anyway, so I think I was talking about the Lotus Tint glass spectacles. Now I'll talk a little bit about the Fortune of the Sea. I'm probably only going to use this for the trade good missions, where it's the joint voyages. For if you get a 8 trade good voyage mission, then it might be well worth using Fortune of the Sea just to get that extra trade good. It might be well worth it. So that's the only situation when I would probably use it. In any other, because these used to last forever. But I think Jagex patched it so that they only last for one trip instead of lasting forever. Because in the past I would put all these upgrades on all my ships, so all my ships would have like an active lifeboat, an active Lotus Tint spectacles. They were all active for every single boat, so I always got these benefits. However, like a couple of weeks ago, these active symbol kind of things, they disappeared on all my ships. So I was like, that's weird. So I think they have upgraded it. I mean, patched it. So yeah, I'm only going to spend these when I really, really need them. For example, when I start upgrading my crew, like leveling them up, and then I'm going to use the Lotus Tint spectacles. And when I get really good trade goods voyages, then I'm going to use my Fortune of the Sea. So those are the only times I'm going to use those things. Anyway, so my strategy for this region is going to be get the rudder, then I'm going to get the crew, then I'm going to get the ship upgrades, then I'm gonna get the port upgrades. I might get all the port upgrades just for the just I don't know, for no reason. I'm just gonna get them because I might as well. There's nothing else to do. Also, once I've upgraded everything, I'm pretty much gonna focus on getting the resources to upgrade my buildings. Now, even if you change the region, this is very interesting because I found this out like quite a while ago, actually. I would say 3 weeks ago or something. But even if you go to a previous region, for example, if you go to the Arc region, say for example I changed it now, even if I got those missions as standard voyages, I still have the chance to get the trade goods for the region that I'm in right now. So for example, if I re-rolled this, I would probably get a couple of bamboo missions, but I also have the chance of getting the trade goods mission. But it's not the trade goods mission for the Arc region, which would give you one in a trade good, which is not good at all. So you would expect it to give you an Arc region special voyage, a trade good voyage, which you don't want because it's crap. But you actually do get the Pincer region trade good mission, which is really cool because you can you can go back to the previous region and still get the best trade good mission. So yeah, just thought I would let you know. It's pretty interesting, I guess. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I just changed it back quickly and end the video there. So anyway, guys, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, just leave a comment, and I'll gladly answer any of your questions. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. If you have, yeah, I've already said that. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.